This is episode 34 of What's Been Better. This week, we're talking about revamping. Sometimes you have to improve what you already have in order to make it better than it ever was. We're still out here cussing in case you forgot.
Yes, we are.
All right.
Hi, Sylvia.
Hi, Lori. Hi, Lori. Hi, Lori. How, Lori?
Yes. Hi, girl. Hey. Hey, girl. Hey. How is life treating you?
Well, it is good.
Mhm.
Thanksgiving is over. I'm back home. Got to see my mom. Her garden doubled while I was there.
Wow.
And today it tripled because she just randomly went to the store and was like, I bought more stuff.
So what does she have in her
Yeah.
garden?
Oh my gosh. So today she bought cabbage,
Mm-hmm.
6 cabbage plants,
Mhm.
like starters.
Mm-hmm.
She has Brussels sprouts, broccoli, peppers, lettuce,
Okay.
zucchini, onions, and then all of the aloe vera that I replanted
Mm-hmm.
has started to replicate itself. So she's taking care of those as well.
That's
So I think there are like
that's wonderful.
8
Yes.
pots of aloe. Yeah,
That is
if I'm
so
not mistaken.
cool. What does she
Yes.
think about what she's doing? Because this is new, and but she's actually doing it.
As she reminded me, she said, "This isn't my first garden."
Oh,
So I
okay.
was like, "Okay, yes, ma'am, it is." But I think this is her first time container gardens. I think this is her first time like really specific growing things that she wants to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So, to which she said, "I don't know if I'll be able to eat them. These are like my friends now, my little kids now." And I'm like, "You have to eat them."
Or give them away.
But
Shit.
do something. So, yeah, it was a lot of lessons in mom, stop wasting seeds and be patient. But she just didn't realize like
Mm-hmm.
it only takes one.
Right. Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah.
I'm about to make after this podcast, I got all my ingredients for a Brussels sprout casserole.
Ooh.
So I'm excited about that because I really
Ooh.
like Brussels sprouts. So
Wait,
when you
pass that on because we love Brussels sprouts at this house.
Oh, cool, I will. Because I'm always looking up
Yes.
ways to improve my Brussels sprout game. I
Oh, yeah.
really like
Oh,
Brussels
yeah.
sprouts.
We
So
do a Brussels sprout, like Thanksgiving leftover Brussels sprout stir fry
oh,
situation
that's nice.
with the dressing and some rice and turkey. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Oh, that's so
it's good.
cool. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ooh.
let's get down. What's been better?
Um, me understanding that my tools really do work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like everything that I have learned, everything that I have gained, everything that I have purposely tried to practice in the last 11 months work.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to see it all like right at the tip of my nose. And it's just like practicing what you preach,
Mm-hmm.
believing in yourself,
Mm-hmm.
um, understanding your house rules are there for a reason,
Yeah.
and really just like sticking to it. Um, yeah, it's just been better. Just
Yeah.
it's been better because I feel better.
That's awesome. And what are
So,
you noticing that since you're doing
um,
these things?
really, I've noticed as like I don't have to fill in the blank,
Mm-hmm.
and it's okay.
Yes.
Like honestly, I was such a like if I don't do it, the world's gonna crash in,
Mm-hmm.
or if this doesn't happen, everything's gonna go wrong. And now I'm just like, oh shit, whatever. I think because really honestly hearing you say it's okay not to go. It's okay not to do.
Mm-hmm.
And just when in the Thanksgiving episode when you just kept saying, "We decided not to come.
Mm-hmm.
We decided not to come." Glory. Like it was permission.
Mm-hmm.
It was permission to just like live my life
Yep.
the way I want to live it, how I want to live it, when I want to live it.
Yes, ma'am. I I love that. God bless you,
Yeah.
honey.
Thank you.
That is so
Thank you.
beautiful.
No, seriously.
Yes.
Thank you for going on this journey, and thank you for constantly going back and being like, "What are you noticing?
Mhm.
Are you noticing?" Because it puts it on me to not wait around and go, "Oh, shit, that was the lesson." It's right then
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
that I go, "Oh, ooh,
Yeah.
yeah."
Life is in
So,
real time. Life is in we
yes.
don't have to put on, we don't have to play games. We can be
Mm-mm.
authentically ourselves right now. And we
Yes.
can notice what we're noticing right now. And if we don't judge it and we decide, how do I feel about this in my core? Am I
Mhm.
angry about this? Am I sad about this? Am I happy about this? Like we can actually change how we feel.
Yeah.
And so if you're happy about it and you like how you feel, that's wonderful. But if you're pissed
Mhm.
off because you noticed it, what do you want to do
Mhm.
about it?
And then acting on it right there. Acting on it in clarity,
Mhm.
not jumping to the conclusion, but
Yeah.
acting on whatever the thing is
Mhm.
in a manner that is going to give more clarity and just finish whatever it is.
Right.
Because I really did have a tendency to like drag this shit on and keep thinking
Right.
about it and
Right.
being like over and over and over again. It's like, for what?
Mhm. Right.
For what?
Right.
So
Exactly.
yeah. But
Okay.
so what's been better for you, Lori? I feel like it's been forever that I got to ask that.
I know. Yeah, I was like, man, when is Sylvia coming back? So let me tell you, that's
I
better.
know.
I'll
Yay.
start with that. To be able to talk with you and hang out and join in on this podcast is better. I look forward to it. Right. So that's the
Yay.
thing. Um, every day is a decision to live because you can either decide to live or decide to die by the things that
Yes.
we do. Right. So I've made a conscious decision to choose all the feelings that I wanna feel, like joy, and we talk about this from time to time, but it's me deciding again and again and again, right? But
Mhm.
but there are times you have these epiphanies when you start, when you have relationships with people, cousins, friends, auntie, all them, and when you're in relationship with people and you're not as happy as you can be, you have to ask yourself, do I want to be in relationship with them or do I want to be in relationship with the truth or
Lori.
or
Oh
what
my
what brings
god.
me joy. And so I decided, like literally decided, I'm choosing peace because peace is the thing that brings me happiness. Like every time
Yeah.
I'm doing the thing that brings me joy, I'm gonna do that. And if the people who are in relationship with me are not lining up with that, then I can't fuck with them. I
Yeah.
mean, it's that
No,
simple.
like it is also accepting that it's okay
Yeah.
to not fuck with them.
Right, that. So all of those things, I'm glad you said that. So that was my choice and it came very clear.
Yeah.
And I was like relieved. I wasn't
Yeah.
pressed. I don't have to go here, turn over this rock, tap
Mhm.
dance on my forehead like I don't have to
Nothing.
go through these changes to get a thing. I'm
Yeah.
already that thing. I'm already
Yeah.
at peace. If this person's not in alignment with that, I can't make them in alignment with it.
Like, okay, so we gotta go back to fuck around gang.
Okay.
I think I'm learning that there are different requirements to be categorized as fuck around gang,
Okay.
and they're not always the same for each person, and
Mhm.
you don't realize that the person is in the fuck around gang until it's happening right then and there.
Yeah.
And so seeing that lately has been like, "Oh shit, have you always been or did you just become or what was okay."
Mhm.
But it's adding to, okay, that's another thing that that's a hard line I'm not willing to deal with.
Right. Right. And you
Okay.
definitely don't have to. Yes, that's so cool.
No.
How did you get to that
No.
place?
Um, really random shit happening over Thanksgiving break and people choosing to just randomly lie to me.
Mhm.
I don't know if they thought it was like protecting my feelings,
Mhm.
protecting their own feelings, thinking I wasn't going to find out.
Mhm.
I don't know, but I don't think that they thought their lie through.
Mhm.
I'm going to hope that they didn't think their lie through. But yeah, realizing that and then realizing like, "Oh, okay. I didn't have to go anyway. I didn't have to do it anyway.
Mhm.
It's fine. I'm fine." I had a little, like, moment of, ugh, like, icky feel,
Mhm.
but then I had to quickly be like, "You don't have to sit in this. Just be done
Right.
with it."
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I think sometimes when that kinda jolt hits you, you know,
Mhm.
in that moment, for me, I think, "Lori, this is not about you." Like, that's the comfort that comes to me. It's like, "It's
Yes.
okay,"
Yes.
you
Like,
know?
that's your lie to hold on to. That's not my lie.
Right.
I didn't tell it.
Mhm.
I don't deal with lies. I don't like to lie. Like, I literally I said what I said.
Mhm.
I said I was not going. I
Mhm.
said I was not doing.
Mhm.
That's just it.
Mhm.
Like,
Right.
there's nothing else. So, yeah, I think it was that. I think it was like just realizing that time doesn't necessarily mean like structure.
Right.
Time doesn't
Right.
mean bond.
Right.
Try I think it goes back to like the relationship episode of like once the fuel is run out on that relationship, it's just gone. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you
And
got to make a conscious decision to keep it going
right.
or not.
Right. And doing
So,
that, you got to decide, am I willing to exert this type of energy to something that might not bring back the return on your
right.
investment.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so that was a breakthrough for me, and it was a beautiful one to have because again, and I have to breathe with this because I love peace. I love the
Mhm.
feeling that comes with peace. It's like serenity.
Yeah.
It's like watching a brook, or seeing a creek, or when you
Mhm.
hear the rain come down and you're not on the road. You could
Mm.
just chill.
Right. When you're just sitting
Right.
and watching.
Right. And
Yeah.
so it's whatever, and I'll say this to our listeners, it's whatever that feeling is when peace comes over you. Everybody's feeling of peace is
Yeah.
different. And once you choose it, you don't have to deny it for someone who's not choosing it. You get what I'm saying? And I think we
Yeah.
forego our peace for people, and
Mhm.
we don't have to do that anymore.
No. I I wholly am on this is why I wanted to do this episode because part of revamping is also realizing that you don't have to go out and get something new
Mhm.
to revamp.
Mhm.
You don't have to get the newer, shinier, whatever to
Right.
revamp.
Right.
You can take what you already have and strengthen it, preserve it, make it better,
Right.
paint it,
Right.
do whatever, and it will be forged as if it was brand new steel.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
That's
um,
good stuff.
yeah, it was a tale of two birthdays this weekend
Okay.
in that it was very clear at that point for me.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Wow. Okay, cool. Well, let's jump into the revamp.
Okay. So, so part of the reason why I wanted this episode is because you were going through this whole change of leaving your office, going digital, changing your website, going through all that. And I wanted to pick your brain about how you felt about it,
Mhm.
as well as we're changing things with our website. We're
Mhm.
changing things with even how we're recording this
Right.
episode,
Right.
the look of the show, even the space that I'm recording it in
Yes.
is
Yes.
different.
Yes.
So, yeah, I guess we're going through like a little bit of not even just a revamp, but kind of a rebirth and
Mhm.
a reemerging.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to see how you felt about doing all of it because that's a huge change
Yeah. It
to not see people face to face.
Yeah, girl. It was. Let me tell you. Change can be a bummer at times. You could get excited about it, and
Yeah.
then also sad about it at the same time. It is something that it's just a learning process as you go. So initially when the thought came, well, I'll go back a little bit. In my office, at first, I was in Peachtree City, right? Oh, I was in
Mhm.
Fayetteville. That's when I started private practice. I was working for
Okay.
a black-owned private practice, uh, uh, marriage and family group, and they were cool as shit. And I learned
Okay.
so much stuff from them. My God, I have
Okay.
so much to be grateful for for them. The company disbanded and everybody went their separate ways. And so I went to Peachtree City and it was
Okay.
different.
That's where I started seeing you.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And so at each stage, you think you're going to keep clients, but you don't. and you, and
Mhm.
and the implication is, yeah, they're coming with you, but they don't. And while Peachtree
Okay.
City and Fayetteville is only like 10, 15 minutes apart, people didn't come with me. And then I developed the whole group of people. So that was a change and that was a revamp. That was the first revamp. And it was
Okay.
very difficult because I had to start from scratch.
Okay.
I lost a lot of things and I learned a lot. So then I said to myself, I'm going to give this 2 years and then I'm going to work for myself. Now, I had never been in
Okay.
private practice by myself. I worked for a private practice and then I consulted. So in Peachtree City, that was really more of a consulting.
Okay.
So I consulted with them and they got a share, I got a share. Well,
Okay.
in September of 2019, I started my own practice and I went to
Mhm.
Atlanta near the airport and I went to the fifth floor. Whereas before I was in just a regular building and it was almost like a
Mhm.
three-bedroom kind of thing. But it was three
Right.
office rooms. I had a lot of space. I went from a lot of space to like feeling like a big ass closet on the fifth floor with no windows.
Oh
And
my heavens.
when you think
Okay.
about the level of anxiety that can form, because it was tight in there, it was really tight. So I had to go through another revamping. I had to
Mhm.
really adjust. And revamping in a sense is almost like adjusting. You have to adjust to a
Right.
whole new way of being. So I spent from 2019 to September of 2020 one September 2021 in that small confined space. And so in
Mhm.
September 2021, I moved down the hall. And down the hall
Okay.
was an awesome room where I could see the planes take off and land. I could see
Oh, okay.
downtown Atlanta, and I felt like the Jeffersons. Well, we're moving on up to
And you
the
just
east
went down
side.
the hall.
Girl, just down the
Okay.
hall, but it was a whole new awakening. It was
Mhm.
for me, all your business is taking off. Life is good. You get to have your
Mhm.
own therapeutic piece because people were coming to me for help.
Right.
But who was I going to? My office with that window of a beautiful view. That was therapeutic.
Right.
So the next year, probably because uh, COVID put a damper on a lot of businesses. Well, the place
Mhm.
where I was renting from, they went up because a lot
Right.
of people were leaving because people weren't, I guess, just doing a business like they used to. And so
Mhm.
they sent that the extra to the people who were still in business with them, still renting.
No.
And I'm like, you're not going to go up and I pay for one, the people who are not, renting from you, and I already have clients who are doing virtual with me because they're not coming into face to face. So I had to
Mhm.
really come to a conclusion. Um, Lori, does this make financial sense? And no, it
Right.
didn't. So for that reason, I had to decide to close my doors and open my cyber doors a little bit more. And so,
I like it.
yeah,
Okay.
that revamping was rough because, and I know it. So my fiance, he's so funny. He's like, "Oh, you don't have to go to the office today," because sometimes I would have sessions where all my sessions were virtual that day, where I didn't have to go to the office.
Mhm.
So he would say, "Oh, that's good. You don't have to go to the office today." But I would get annoyed. I would be annoyed because I'm like, "Mofo, I'm paying for that." Like, I'm I'm
Right.
paying
Because 'cause you're technically paying for the space.
yes,
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, I don't have to go in there, but there's a cost to this. And
Right.
so
Right.
then I said, he has his own rationale. I ain't gonna beat him up. But I know for me, that's not cool. Plus, I also looked forward to getting up because when you're in a routine of going to work, going to a place, you become more productive. If you're at home unless you don't like maybe go into another room, and I did, I had a whole nother
Yeah.
office, but sometimes you could get lax. It's easier to
Uh,
get lax when you don't have to put on and perform. So it was
yeah.
just a little bit harder for me to focus. Okay, Lori, you're not going to an office anymore. You're actually leaving one room and going to the next room.
Mhm.
And so it was just an adjustment, is really what it was.
Okay.
And do I miss being in office? Hell yeah. I love that. Oh my
Really?
God. I loved it. I love seeing people. I love being
Mhm.
across from that person. I like
Okay.
especially couples.
Mhm.
Girl, you can see so much from a different vantage point.
Oh, that you can't see when you have to sit across from the computer.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, because you could see that little shift in the chair or the
Yeah.
little, like, deep breath
Yeah.
or
Yeah, you could
mhm.
see all of that. And I could still see it to a point, but just to be in the room, it's
Yeah.
energy in that room. It's
Mhm.
it's change in that room. And also,
Yeah.
while I'm saying going from one room to another is you have to really focus so that you won't get into a listless, um like a I don't want to say lazy, but for lack of a better word, lazy way.
Yeah.
Clients can do that too. If they don't leave
Yeah.
their home, the kids might be yelling in the background. They might have this
Mm.
smell of food cooking. Like it keeps them kind of
There's
lax,
a distraction.
right, to where they can't really get in and go into this space of change.
Yeah.
So that
I
that
could see
part
that,
is it's a little
especially if
different.
you have distractions, if you have kids or pets or something else going. I think for us, because we don't have any of that anymore, when we were first forced to work from home, we became more productive
Yeah.
because we weren't sitting in the car.
Okay.
We didn't have to worry about like Joe Blow having to come and stand by our door or
Yeah.
stand at our office or
Yeah.
be at our desk and bothering us. You could just like
Yeah.
put your headphones on and work.
I love that.
So
Yeah.
I think I think, to each his own, like, what works for one doesn't necessarily work for the other and vice versa. So, yeah, I get it, though. Like, for some people, they have to have that interaction and that contact,
Mhm.
and for others, it's like, "You could stay over there."
Right. So then it also just you I'll just say this real quick. You have to focus. So that's really for me,
Yeah.
I just had to focus a little bit more and it's
Mhm.
okay. I'm able to shift in learning, knowing in your mind, you just got to shift. You got to do what you have to do,
Right.
right?
Right.
But it also feeds the introvert and the extrovert in you, right? I'm
Mhm.
introvert naturally. Like I can close down. So
Right.
that's another thing, right? So it's layers to this thing, Sylvia.
Mhm.
Because I'm at home, it could feed the introverted side to where I don't want to get out and drive or I don't want to, and
Okay.
it's harder to leave and it can also be, well, I don't want to do shit. And because of that, I'm gonna
Yeah.
find something else to do.
I could see this happening really backwards
You
for
see what I'm saying?
especially if you're
Like
yeah.
I'd be like, I ain't
Yeah.
doing this damn virtual session. Figure that shit out your damn self. I listen, I ain't got nothing for you. So it could be that. And so I have to really focus on remembering, Laura,
Right.
you still have things to say. That doesn't
Mhm.
change. You
Okay.
just are in a different environment. You're in your office. You're still in a office. Get with it.
Mhm.
So now I'm having to really coach myself in a different way. So
Okay.
that's the
Okay.
long and short of the revamping for me as it relates
Yeah.
to me changing up things.
Right. And then you changed up also like putting out the videos and changing your social media. And I know you talked about before, like that was a bit of a struggle because you don't like to write. You don't want to do so it was like forcing yourself to
Come out of our
just get
comfort
it
zone.
done.
Yeah. Get it done.
Mhm.
Yeah. So as it relates to me actually doing videos and things, yes, that was a rough patch. But I think I'm going to start now doing that. But I don't know if I shared this with you, but the person who wanted me to go into this content space of doing
Mhm.
videos, that person also wanted me to hone in just for professional entrepreneurs who are in relationships.
Okay.
And for a second, I was going there, but I also felt my body, I felt my mind resisting that
Ooh.
because I'm not just a therapist for couples. I do couples therapy and I love it, and I am a couples therapist,
Mhm.
but each person is their own entity. And so I
Yeah.
definitely want to stress that we live in our own world, or our own movie, or on our own set. And so I need to shake off of this hole, that this pigeonhole that I felt like I was being forced in, or this box that I was being forced
Yeah.
in, and just remember, I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say when I want to say it about,
One more fucking time.
girl. Like, it's not just relationships all the time. It could be about, you had just
Yeah.
an issue with your mama,
Mhm.
brothers with brothers, like, y'all, let's talk about uh male friendship, like a bromance.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about that. It doesn't have to just be couples in a relationship. I'm so unscripted.
It
Don't
it's
do
so
that.
weird that people always want to box other people in and they don't realize the danger in pigeonholing,
Right.
in typecasting, in stereotyping. It's a danger in that because once you're sucked into this box that you don't fit in, I said
Mhm.
this a long time ago, like, you're going to be harmed by being stuck in this box when you could have been helping so many other people
Right. Right.
by spreading your
Right.
wings.
So instead of me
So
getting frustrated, because initially I was, and then I started to
mhm,
free myself up and say, Lori, what can you be thankful for? Right. And
yeah,
so as I started to be more thankful, I realized, yes, I am very thankful for the opportunity of actually videoing now, because now I
yeah,
can start to video about whatever the hell I want to. I don't give a fuck.
exactly,
Because I ended
exactly.
up getting a new website, lorilifetherapy.com.
Mhm,
That's cool. So get with it if you want to get with it, and that's fine, lorilifetherapy.com. But it's also move forward counseling and coaching.com, or
yeah.
move forward CC. That's what it is, moveforwardcc.com. And that's who I am anyway. So whenever you go to Lori Life Therapy, it sends you straight to move forward. So it's
Okay,
always going to
okay,
be move forward. I want us to
okay.
move forward. We're learning, we're ever growing, and we're constantly moving forward. So, you know,
Yeah.
but it was that. And so I'm learning to, whatever kind of revamp, anything that happens in our life, we can
Mhm.
definitely reframe.
Yes,
So
yes.
so with that revamp, I'm just gonna reframe that shit and make it work for me, so I can continue to help other people be their best
That's what's
selves.
up. That's what's up.
Yes.
Because, yeah, there's more than just entrepreneurs out here that need to talk to you, that need to hear that need your wisdom.
Mhm.
There's more than that. So that's good that you're not necessarily being pigeonholed, but also not cutting off
Mhm.
the rest of the world that exists.
Girl. Yeah.
Because there's too many people out here that need that.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
So
Okay.
what about you? How has revamping shaped you now?
So I've, you know, took up working for someone that I knew,
Okay.
that actually had a direct relationship with,
Mhm.
and that hasn't necessarily panned out
Mhm.
um, the best for either party.
Okay.
Um, I think, you get into situations where you sign a psychological contract with someone with these expectations of this is what you said
Right.
and this is what I said.
Right.
And we're not following through, we're not doing, and now I've got to put you in the fuck around gang box
Mhm.
because you're not doing exactly your word. You're not being impeccable with your word.
Right.
And I'ma follow the 4 agreements till the end of time because they saved my life.
Yeah.
So if you can't get down with that, I can't get down with you.
Mhm.
So um revamping has shown me this year and using my tools that that door closes. It doesn't necessarily slam close like it did in January, but it closes. And I just start opening windows, opening boxes, opening shit that I already have,
Right.
and going, okay, we could just jazz this up and put it out. Okay, we could just do whatever because I know now I have other skills.
Mhm.
I can do other things.
Mhm.
There's other shit that I want to do anyway.
Right.
And so I've just been learning, oh my God, so many different things, like even learning this program that we're recording on right
Mhm.
now, um, changing up our website. I did not know shit about WordPress. Couldn't tell you not a damn thing. Getting the hang of that. Um, just figuring out YouTube, figuring out social media,
Yeah.
and then trying to pivot into worlds that I had no idea about.
Yeah.
I didn't know about, um, online selling of resources.
Mhm.
I taught for 13 years.
Mhm.
I have so many teacher resources that I could be sharing with people
Right.
that I had to create because I couldn't find them.
Oh boy. You and,
You
and you
know,
see what happens when you do that?
what happens when you give yourself time to think and not be in scarcity brain of like,
Right.
oh shit, this is it. So, just thinking about new things, new ways. I mean, we are in a digital age and there are so many other things that I could be doing instead of maybe not. Maybes, maybe not. I don't have time for that. It's just not going to work. I would rather have a friendship that was an old friendship with someone than it go up in flames because of a working
Mhm.
situation.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, and I don't feel like hard feelings
Mhm.
or I don't really feel anything.
Mhm.
I think I felt stuff for a little while, in the last couple weeks, but now I'm just at peace. Like you said,
Yeah.
like I just have peace in cultivating the relationships that want to be cultivated.
Mhm.
Chris says it all the time and shout out to him.
Hey,
Go
Chris.
where you're tolerated. Yes. Hi, Chris. Go where you're tolerated. Not where you're go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated.
Exactly. That is a very, very, very powerful phrase. Go where you're
Yes.
celebrated. And that's for everybody.
Yes.
Go where you're celebrated and not where you're tolerated. Like,
Yes.
who wants to go somewhere where you're just tolerated? Who wants to be in a relationship where you're just tolerated? You
Exactly.
know?
In a
Yeah.
friendship where you're
Yes.
just tolerated.
Yes.
It especially in this situation, I did not I took it for granted, I think. The few people who I know listen to this show and support us,
Mhm.
that have my phone number,
Right.
that have my email address, that text, that call, that say,
Mhm.
"Hey, that was a good episode."
Yeah.
I took it for granted.
Right.
I took it for granted, and I, am going to do better now going forward,
Mhm.
but I realized, like, "Oh, that was dumb of me."
Well,
But you don't know what you don't
right.
know,
So then what could
which
you
is
say
fine.
instead?
Um, I wasn't paying
That's
attention.
it. You weren't
Yeah,
dumb.
I
You
just
you
wasn't
see what I'm
paying attention.
saying? You didn't know what you didn't
Mhm.
know, and now you do, and how awesome is that? And
Yeah.
and it really is awesome to have somebody in your corner who's your fan, that's a friend, that's a
Mhm.
family member, that's a friend who's there from day
Yeah.
one. Because a lot of times, and I'm gonna tell you, most people who do well, their fan base is not their family or their friends. They
Right.
hate when they don't have to, but they
Mhm.
do. Their fans
Yeah.
come from outside, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. And so I thank you. You know exactly who you are.
Mhm.
I will not call your names because I know how private you are, but thank you, people in Ohio. Thank you, people in Arizona. Thank you, people in Texas. Thank you, in people in Marietta, Georgia. You in particular, Marietta, Georgia. Thank you, Maryland. Thank you to everybody who just takes time out each week
Mhm.
or catches up. They miss 3 episodes and then they sit for
Mhm.
3 hours and they catch up on.
Let me
Thank
tell
you.
you, I thank y'all too. I don't even know y'all asses, but I love you just like Sylvia love you because I think it's
Yes.
one, you don't have to do it. You could be doing
No.
something else with your time, but you choose to
Yes.
listen. And I pray with everything in me that this is beneficial for you because that's the gist of it. We're only
Yeah.
doing this to help other people be better. We want to be
Hmm.
better and we want other people to be better as well. So thank you.
Yeah. Like, it does not cost anything to be supportive.
Hmm.
It really doesn't. And I know that time is super
Mhm.
valuable, but I'm talking about in an age where, like, everything costs money and nothing is free
Mhm.
and everybody wants to make money or has a hustle or anything like that. It has not cost any of these people anything but precious time that I value so much
Mhm.
and I appreciate so much in them just saying, "Oh, that was good," or one little like, or one comment,
Mhm.
or any kind of
Yeah.
engagement on social media, or any
Yeah.
follows, any
Yeah.
subscriptions, anything. I appreciate it
Yes.
because you don't have to do shit.
And,
You literally don't.
and that makes our day because what
It
it does
does.
is gives us fuel to let us know that what we're doing is beneficial. So
Mhm.
please, please, please send some message or something to let us know that you are listening, or if you want to hear certain things, let us know. Because we're here for it. That's why we're here.
And come be on the show with us. Like, we would love to talk to other people. We love talking to each other,
Hmm.
but it would be awesome if there were more people. Like, I think that our talk with Chris is, like, hands down one of my favorite
Yeah,
episodes.
Chris was the bomb.
Talking to my
Yes,
sister
yes,
was
yeah,
incredible. But I think, like, talking to other people would be really, really awesome. So,
yeah.
yes,
Because this
send
what
us
the
messages too.
reason why we would love for you to be on the show. You provide insight too, like you matter
Yeah.
too, and your worldview matters. What's going on in your life is important. And we don't need to get all in your business. That's not the point. The point is
No.
we don't have to we don't need to know particulars, but we want to see breakthroughs, and we know you want breakthroughs, and your perspective really matters. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And I've put enough of my business out
Am I?
for
And
everyone.
yes, listen, we said some shit
Yes.
that
Yes.
I'm
We have not edited very much. Let's just put it like
but
that.
let me just tell
So,
you though, for real, Sylvia, this has given me the ability to really not give a fuck. Seriously, I don't care
yes,
anymore because the information that I'm sharing, my life is no different than anybody else's life. It might be
exactly.
some tweaks here and there, but we go through some of the same things. And if we both could
Mhm.
be vulnerable enough to share our most intimate, private affairs,
Mhm.
listen.
I the level of not giving a fuck that I have transcended to
Mhm.
from January to
Mhm.
now is ridiculous because clearly everybody heard me have mental breakdowns,
Mhm.
everybody heard me grow, everybody heard everything.
Yeah.
Everybody has heard my deep love for my husband.
Yeah.
Like,
Listen, you helped me love
I
Tommy more because when you start talking about
see?
your husband's the best husband ever, I'm like, I don't
Yes.
know if I feel that way about Tommy. Let me find out. Let
You
me
better
find.
figure it
I
out.
did. I started to really look at little things that what would life be without him? And I was like, no,
Oh,
no, I don't want to
yeah.
live life without him. He's a cool ass cat.
No.
And by the way, he had a birthday yesterday. He's all
Yay, happy
52 and everything like
birthday.
that.
Yay.
And
And
yeah.
my friend with the birthday party had a birthday on Sunday.
Okay,
So
cool, cool.
I did not throw her a birthday party, everybody.
Mm.
I did not do a glow in the dark, all that. I
Okay.
did not do that for her. No.
So you
I
changed it
thought
up. You
about
did
it.
something different?
And we just had brunch somewhere. I went to another restaurant,
Oh, where?
um, Douglasville, the Red Velvet Cafe.
Nice. Well, we had brunch
Mhm.
too. That was his birthday
Oh,
party, and
good.
we
Good.
celebrated from noon all the way up to 5. We were just chilling up in that place.
Oh, wow.
So, apartment
Wow.
4B, I'm just putting you on right now, putting you on blast. Everybody who
Mhm.
might think they want to come to Atlanta, come to apartment 4B in Buckhead. It's off the chain. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
But don't stay because 'cause we're full. Go back home
Yeah, you don't
after you
have to
go to the
move
restaurant.
here. Just come visit.
Please don't. Please don't. This is our little hidden gem, and we wanna keep it that
That's
way, so
hilarious.
come visit, then go home. But, speaking of okay, before we go, talking about living without husbands, and this might be, like, another episode later, but I don't know if you've seen From Scratch
Mm-mm, I've never heard of that.
with Zoe Saldana
Oh, no.
on
Okay.
Netflix. Oh my
Is it
god.
good?
I don't think I've ugly cried like that in a long time.
What's the gist
And
of
I
it?
mean, like, um, Zoe Saldana goes and moves to Italy for school,
Okay.
in the early 2000s,
Mhm.
I think, somewhere around
Mhm.
that, and she meets an Italian man that's a chef.
Mhm.
They fall in love, and it just follows their life together. And
Okay.
that's all I'm going to tell you
Okay.
because
Okay, and it's called
the
Living Life
level,
from Scratch.
no, it's just called From Scratch.
Okay. Okay. All right.
From Scratch. It's a real book
Okay.
um, by Tembe Locke
Mhm.
and her sister Attica Locke.
Mhm.
And her sister produced and I think directed the show.
Mhm.
And I had to tweet to her sister because her sister won the Sister of the Century
Oh,
award for me
wow.
because she was just so selfless.
Oh, wow.
I've never seen anybody be that kind of selfless in my life. So I had to tweet to the real person and say, "Oh my God, like,
That really did something
wow."
then for you to do that.
It was a lot. It was a
I
lot.
love that
And
you felt confident enough to do that. Cause why not? People are
oh, I'll tweet to
people.
anybody. I don't give a
Thank
damn.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I'll tweet anybody. The president,
Yeah,
anybody.
I did.
Anybody can get my
I
tweets.
love it.
But and so it's Zoe Saldana and Danielle Deadweiler,
Okay.
who plays Emmett Till's mother in the new movie
Till?
Till.
Okay.
She phenomenal. First of all, she's beautiful.
Okay.
Second of all, like she was phenomenal in the movie, in the TV show. But it was I was traumatized.
Mm.
Like to the point where like Drew and I had to have a whole bunch of conversations
Mm.
because of the show, which
Do we
made us
need to
go
have a
through a little
session?
bit of a revamping. No, I'm fine
Oh,
now. I'm
okay.
fine
Cause
now.
you said traumatized.
But
I was like, damn, what?
oh yeah,
And
I
you
was a
want me
little
to
bit
why
traumatized.
I ain't trying to be traumatized now. Shit.
Okay, here's what it is though. You know how the two of us are. We are very much empath.
Mm-hmm.
So your empath like sensors are going to go crazy when you watch this
Mm.
because it was a lot.
Okay. I'm listen,
So
there's trepidation right now. No.
there, get the
Mm.
tissues, get Tommy, make Tommy watch it
Oh,
with
he's
you.
gonna watch
Don't
it with
watch
me.
it by
No,
yourself.
that's not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
don't watch it by yourself.
Listen, we are series partners now. We've watched
Okay.
Atlanta, we've watched Bel Air, which
Okay.
Bel Air pissed me off because they did a whole season and ain't back.
Mm-hmm.
We have watched Loot, love Loot,
Okay, haven't seen Luke.
cute, needs to come on back. What
Okay.
else did we see? We saw something else, can't remember it right now, but it was really good and it went off.
Okay.
Um, it was with
Game of Thrones.
yeah, well, we didn't see that together. We saw
Oh,
the other
okay.
one
Okay.
together. Uh,
Okay.
the latest one,
House of
yeah,
Dragon.
we saw that together. But
Okay.
with the one who just broke up with Devon Franklin, uh, oh, what's that girl's name? Uh, damn it. It was
Uh-uh.
about ladies in Brooklyn. There were these ladies in Brooklyn, 4 ladies in Brooklyn.
Harlem.
Yes. Harlem was really
Harlem.
good. It went out like we
Yes.
we watched that to
Not Brooklyn.
yeah,
Harlem.
okay, Harlem. And then now we're watching Dead to Me. It's funny as shit, girl. That
Okay, I
shit
haven't
is
seen Dead
it's
to
on
Me.
Netflix. It's hilarious.
Okay.
Y'all would
This is not that
I
hilarious
know.
when
So
you
you
watch.
need a break. You need a break up, honey.
Yes.
You need a
Yes.
change of scenery. So get
Yes.
y'all gonna laugh. It's
Okay.
hilarious.
Dead to Me. Okay. All right.
All right, y'all. Well,
We'll watch it.
we're gonna get on out of here. But we love
Yes.
y'all, and we really enjoy what we're doing here. This is a beautiful
Yes.
thing.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Bye. That's it for this week's show. I'm Lori Scott.
And I'm Sylvia Johnson. And you've been listening to What's Been Better.
A big thank you to Lagon Music Inc. for providing our music. This show is edited and produced by us with a little help from our family and friends. We love you all.
We want to hear what's been better for you. To be a guest on the show, send us an email to questions@whatsbeenbetter.com. Or you can find us on Instagram and TikTok at What's Been Better Podcast.
Thanks for listening.